Today we're going to dive deep into the world of one of the most polarizing, but yet one of the most influential people in our time, Mr. Ye, or better known as Kanye West. You see, whether you love him or hate him, there is no denying Mr. Ye's success in the field of music and fashion and as a public figure for the last 20 years or so. There is something that we can learn from his life that we can really implement this very moment. You see, I spent hours studying Mr. Ye's life by watching countless of interviews, reading about him, and there's top 3 things that I really picked up from his life's journey that I believe that if we was to implement these 3 things into our life, that we can achieve our desired reality, we can go after our purpose, and we can become influential in our time as well. So let's dive into the top 3 things that I learned from studying Mr. Ye's life. Let's dive into it. First thing that I learned from studying Mr. Ye's life was that the man has a unwavering confidence in his vision. Please write this down. In order for you to achieve your purpose, reach your maximum potential, achieve that desired dream or reality that you have for your life, you need to be so confident in your vision. It needs to be unshakable. And sometimes you wonder, why are people not believing in the things that I want to do? It's simple, because the vision is something that's been given onto you. It's not been given onto your mom, your dad, your brother, your sisters, your friend, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. It's not been given onto them. It's been given onto you to fulfill that vision. And until your vision become a reality, no one is going to believe in that vision more than you do. So you need to understand that you need to have an unwavering confidence in your vision. You know, I was watching his Netflix documentary and there was a particular scene that really stood out for me. That scene actually gave me goosebumps. In that scene, Kanye West rocks up to the Roc-A-Fella Office with his crew, and he was moving from office to office to play the people in the office his latest song, or he was yet to release that song called All Falls Down. And as he was playing that song, no one in the office was taking Kanye West's song very serious. People were just distracted. They weren't really listening to him. There was times where people were kind of taking him as a joke. They were smiling, thinking, oh, what's Kanye West doing? Just doing his regular antics. But you can tell that Kanye West had a strong conviction. He had a serious confidence in his material that he was playing for the people in the office. But no one took him seriously. So he moved from one office to the other office. He plays the song to one person and then they ignore him. Then he goes to the other office and the same thing happens. In fact, one of the ladies told him to actually turn it off because she had a guest. So they totally disregarded Mr. Kanye West's presence and his material. At the end, he left the office. But you could tell the confidence, the way he was rapping the song towards the execs and the people in the office. The man had an unwavering confidence in his vision. And of course, if you're not familiar with what that particular song did on the charts, then I suggest you go and type in All Falls Down by Kanye West and see that very song that people were ignoring him for. You see how well that song performed on the charts and how well his debut album charted in the world. This is someone who was showing unwavering confidence in his vision. You see, you wonder why no one is believing in your vision. Maybe just like Kanye West, people are laughing at your material. Maybe no one is taking you serious as a musician. No one's taking you serious as an actor. No one's taking you serious as an entrepreneur. No one's taking you serious as a stay-home mother. No one's taking you serious as a influencer, a media personality. They think you're wasting your time. They're giving you that energy that, hey, listen, you're wasting your time. This vision of yours is not going to work. That's the same thing that Kanye West experienced in that scene in that Netflix special. The man had the unwavering confidence in his vision. That's the very first thing that I learned from studying Mr. Ye's life. You see, that moment in the documentary perfect illustrates why it's important to have unwavering confidence in your vision, because your belief in your vision has to be stronger than the doubters and the naysayers. You need to think about it. You're trying to achieve something that's possibly never been done in your family. You're trying to reach new heights that no one in your family has reached, or your community, your environment. You're trying to do things outside the norm. So of course people are going to doubt the things that you're trying to do. Of course you're going to have naysayers. But this is the part where you have to have the unwavering confidence in your vision that this thing that I'm saying I'm going to do is going to happen. Imagine if Ye didn't have that unwavering confidence in his material. Imagine if Kanye allowed those people in the office shake his confidence in his vision. We would have never gotten that song, All Falls Down. We'd have never gotten College Dropout. We would have never gotten that song. But the man had the unwavering confidence in his vision. And you need to have the same confidence in your vision. And that's the very first thing that I learned from Ye's life, which I believe that we can implement in our life this very moment, to have an unwavering confidence in our vision. The second thing I learned from Kanye West is being authentic. You see, when Kanye West first started off as a rapper, he was quite different from the other rappers at that particular time. The way he dressed, the way his content in his songs was very different from the mainstream hip-hop artists during that time. But not for once did Kanye West think, oh, I should stop wearing my polos. I should stop wearing my backpack. Not for once did he think that. Not for once did he think, oh, I should change my lyrics. Maybe I should talk about what is more popular in the mainstream hip hop. He didn't change his content. He didn't change the way he dressed. He was being authentic to himself. You see, Kanye's willingness to embrace his true self is the reason why he's set apart from all those rappers during that time. He was always ready to be himself, even at the expense if people will laugh at him. He stood out from the crowd. We live in a world right now where no one wants to have their unique voice. No one wants to stand out. No one wants to be authentic. Everybody wants to be a copycat. Everybody wants to do what everybody else is doing. There's no difference in what people are doing. Now, don't get me wrong. If something is working, there's nothing wrong with taking a formula that is working, but you have to throw your own identity. You can't do the exact same thing that Rudolf is doing. What makes you stand out from the pack? You have to be different. You see, the lesson here is quite clear. In a world full of copies, authenticity stands out. And in whatever industry you might find yourself in, don't be afraid to stand out from the pack. Don't be afraid to embrace yourself, to be who you were created to be. Because this is what Mr. Ye did, and he grew a loyal fan base. He didn't have to pretend to be someone he wasn't. And this is why many of you guys don't feel comfortable in your own skin, because you're not being yourself. You're trying to fit in. You're trying to please everybody else but yourself. You're not trying to be who the Most High created you to be. Don't be afraid to be different in your industry. You see, it's easy to follow trends and do what everyone else is doing. It's very easy. But true success, I believe, comes from being yourself, being who the Most High was created you to be. That is the true essence of success. To be bold enough to express yourself. Because when you're being authentic, your authenticity will attract the right people to your life, the right people who are supposed to help you, supposed to propel you to the next level. When you're trying to be someone you're not, you're only going to attract the wrong type of crowd into your life. Remember, authenticity isn't just a key strategy. It's actually a tool to build a loyal fan base and to build a loyal following for people to accept you and to love you for who you are, so that you can be all that you were created to be. So that's the second thing that I learned from Kanye West. He was authentic. And the third thing that I learned from Mr. Kanye West is actually two words: relentless innovation. What do we mean by having a relentless innovation? You see, Mr. Ye's is like the epitome of having a relentless innovation. From his early career as a music producer to a rapper to a fashion designer. When he first came in the game and he was just producing for artists like Jay-Z and other popular artists in the Roc-A-Fella rosters and, you know, in the hip hop industry, Mr. Ye was just seen as a producer. And of course, Mr. Ye has something we call relentless innovation spirit. And he saw himself, no, I'm not just a producer, I'm also a rapper. And very similar to the very first point, the man had a unwavering confidence in his vision that he can also be a rapper. And of course, people weren't taking him serious. However, he knew that it was time for him to innovate into a different adventure, which is the rap industry. And of course, we all know, and if you don't know, like I said, take time, Google out his first album, look at the sales, look at how high the album charted and for how long the album was charted for. You can see the success he had as a rapper because the man had relentless innovation. So my suggestion to you is don't be afraid to embrace, don't limit yourself. Some of you guys know that it's time to step up. You know it's time for a different adventure. You know it's time to innovate. Stop trying to do the things that you were doing 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago. Stop trying to do the same thing over and over. but when you know it's time to innovate. There's nothing wrong with innovation, but you have to have the relentless spirit, because of course, if people just see you as a producer and now you want to be a rapper and now you want to be a fashion designer, they're not just going to open a door for you. You have to show that you're ready to innovate, you're ready to take it to the next level, because the door was shut for Mr. Ye. When he came in as a producer, everyone accepted him. Yeah, you make good beats, now you want to be a rapper. They shut the door on him. He broke down the door, and then the next chapter took place. He said, now I want to do fashion. The people in the fashion industry shut the door on him. He broke that door down, of course, with his famous Yeezy lines, from his Yeezy shoes to Yeezy clothing. He broke the door down, and of course, there's talks now that he wanted to run for president. The man constantly innovates. So I'll put it to you. Are you ready for innovation? Don't be afraid of what people will say. Don't be afraid of people laughing at you. Like I said, whether you love him or hate him, these three things that we learned from Mr. Ye's life in this video, I believe that if you adopt this into your life, there's no telling where you will reach the next 6 months, the next year, the next 5 years, next 10 years. Can you imagine if you have this unwavering confidence in your vision, if you are being authentic to yourself, if you have that relentless innovation spirit, to always not be afraid to try new things, to do things a little bit different, to stand out from the pack? Come on, there's no way you will not succeed in your respectful industry. There is no way you will not become the person you are seeking to become. So these are the three things that I learned from studying Mr. Ye's life. So your journey to the top may include unwavering confidence in your vision, being authentic, and having a relentless innovation spirit. So apply these principles into your life and see the kind of impact you will have on us. And who knows, maybe you will be one of the most influential people in our time, and we will begin to celebrate you for your uniqueness. No matter what field you're in, wherever industry you find yourself in, become that person. Your journey might be different from Mr. Ye. You may not be a musician or a producer or a fashion icon. You could be in the world of entrepreneurship, business. You could be in the world of acting. You could be in the world of schooling. You could be in the world of politics. You could be in the world of media. You could possibly be in the world of education, being a scholar. Wherever industry you find yourself in, these principles that we learn, you can apply it in your life this very moment. And as always, I always like to leave you guys with something practical, something that you can take from this video this very moment. As I always say, this channel is dedicated to your 3 P's. That is purpose, potential, and personal fulfillment. Come to our videos. These are the achievement that we're looking to achieve. We try to maximize our potential. We try to achieve our purpose, and we are seeking for our personal fulfillment. And I believe that those things comes from these 2 things that I mentioned, purpose and potential. It will lead you to your personal fulfillment. And as much as we want to inspire you and motivate you, and which I hope this video did inspire you, but most importantly, we want to leave you with something that as soon as you turn this video off, you can actually go into your bag and stay focused, start implementing this practical step that I'm going to share with you right now. So the practical step in this video is very clear and simple. I want you to grab a notebook, or if you got a phone, put it on your notes. And the title or the header should be authentic. And then what I want you to put underneath it is every single thing that makes you unique. So if I was doing it for myself, I'll put down anything that makes Rudolf. It could be anything. It could be from my appearance, from my characteristics, the way I deal with situations. Just put it down. And then I want you to look at the list and think about what on the list do you tend to compromise to fit in. It could be, let's say, your appearance. You might feel like, okay, people don't accept me when I appear this way, so I tend to compromise. And so you have to say, am I being true to myself? And if the answer is no to that question, that I would ask you to try and stick to being your true self, because sometimes we don't even know the things that we compromise. So that's the top 3 things I learned from a young boy who grew up in Chicago and is now one of the most influential people in our time. As I always say, we don't learn from these people because we're trying to idolize them or worship them. No, what we tend to do is we want to learn the traits, the characteristics, the secrets, the key strategies in successful people's life in all different walks of life, and we can see how we can implement it into our own lives so that we can achieve the things that we want to achieve in our lives. There's only one thing that I will ask of you. If you want me to continue to produce content like these, then you hitting the subscribe button will go a long way to keep this channel running. Hit the like button and tell me the top things that you took away from this video in a comment section. And if you can do this for me, it helps the channel grow and it reaches a larger audience so that we can become all that we were created to be. My name is Rudolf High Definition. Be inspired today. Thank you for watching.